Reggie, I wanted to get your opinion on this. I'm not trying to like lead you, but I'm just curious what you think. When all these allegations come out against Diddy, whether it's a lawsuit or like with the Cassie stuff, or whether it's the little Rod thing, uh, Gene Deal always gets interviewed, and he always seems to already know, or at least say that he already knows what happened, but hadn't spoken on it. Do you have any thoughts about Gene being aware of all this stuff, and if so, what your thoughts are?
Well, I said before on an interview before that I feel Mark Curry and Gene is talking a little bit too much on the interviews, whether they lying or if they telling the truth. Where I think they're gonna get in trouble because it's sounding to me like they've been protecting Puffy from all that stuff. Y'all hear Whitney, y'all say, well, what are you talking about? These were adults. Well, he always talking about Usher and Diddy Camp. Always bring that up. Ask Usher what happened. Ask Usher what happened. I really think Gene was turning his head to a lot of illegal acts and allowing, like I said, a slap. Okay, yeah, probably deserved it. But protecting women and kids as a man is what you're supposed to be about. And the things that he be speaking on that he saw and heard and believed, other than Ja Rule, that he's trying to backtrack now. Y'all notice that? Y'all didn't catch that, did y'all? But other than that incident, they were kids mostly, or women. And I think he got to hold himself responsible, and he got to take a gut check. And listen, and like I said, I always say, I kind of like Gene, to be honest, because he's just passionate to what he believes. I don't think he's a liar. I think he regurgitate or say stories over and over and trying to put salt and hot sauce and all of that on the stories because that's what YouTube make you do to stay relevant and when you're so limited with your stories. But you got to kind of wonder about yourself, especially being in allegedly a law enforcement position as long as you did, and being held on trial while you was a law enforcement official, which a lot of y'all forget about, where he almost lost his job. He always talk about the fire incident and all of that, where he was security at. Stuff like that. Y'all just don't know how he's making himself sound like he was covering up for Puffy. I don't ever bash you and say, I tell y'all the things I did and was there for. But how can you always on somebody, talking bad about somebody, just because now they ain't with you no more? And you were covering up the crimes? I have a problem with. And I think that's where he needs to watch what he's saying. My only advice would be to him, because we already know your credibility shot, on this Biggie stuff, because you changes up. You've been doing that from day one. You changes your stories. And I think that's going to come back and burn you in the ass one day, Big G. As Phil Carson like to call you, Big G. But that would be my opinion to what I've been hearing of late. The last interview that he's been doing on the Little Rod thing, I don't think he inserted himself in any of those things. I think they're just reading from what he read on the from the lawsuit, which is a great strategy. A great strategy. I have no problem with that. But I'm talking about the incidents where he always saying, ask Usher. I'm not going to speak on it when he was at Diddy's camp. Kim used to get this happen to her. He used to beat on this person like this. If any woman, that's what been one of me and Suge's biggest problem. When I seen him hit a female. No, oh no, not around me, dawg. Don't do that. That's my woman. What's this my woman, Reg? Well, we done got close, dawg. She like a sister to me. Ain't gonna be doing that, homie. Let's go, girl. He knows those conversations that's taking place. That's how I intervene. Peace.
Yeah, you brought up the Ja Rule thing, which now that you mention it, I do remember him telling a story about how Diddy and Ja Rule were in a room and one of Ja Rule's friends showed up or something, and Gene was like, "You're not going in that room." And the guy was like, "No, I need to see Ja Rule. I need to go talk to him." And Gene was like, "The only way you're gonna get into that room is through me." And he was like, he didn't let him into the room. But now, when he'll be asked certain things, he'll be like, "Oh, that's that Ja Rule stuff." So it kind of makes sense now that you mention it.
Yeah, and in fairness, Ja Rule's an adult. So when you're a consensual man, I ain't got a problem with it. That's why I purposely say women and kids. When I'm saying kids, I'm talking about anybody under the age of 17, male or female.